What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we got the Gandalf Ultimate from Prime 1 Studios in the house. Waited very long to get this. I bought it from Spec Fiction. This was one of the first Prime 1 statues I've ordered from him while it was still in pre-order status, not like an in-stock one. I wanted to see how long it would take him. Now, apparently he is getting better. Like, he says it's going to be much faster. However, in this particular statue, to give you guys an idea, it took 8 additional months to get this after it released. However, I did save about $500, so I think it was worth it. Now, if he can improve the time frame, I would definitely buy from him more. Although, generally, I have found that you only save about anywhere from $100 to $200 going through spec versus direct. So, if it's only a $200 savings and it takes 8 months, that's not worth it for me. Maybe it is for you, but not for me. $500, it's worth it. Now, if he could, let's say, do it in like 2 to 3 months and I save $200, then I would consider it. Nevertheless, we got Gandalf Ultimate. Now, I didn't do my traditional unboxing. One, the big box that has the base, which is actually in the other statue room, it was super wet, super damaged. Fortunately, there's no issues. And it was just big and heavy, and I felt like it was going to fall apart trying to carry it down here. Additionally, I'm not setting this up right here. I'm going to set it up in its spot. Just I can't carry it when it's fully assembled into that room. It's too big. The base is probably 60 pounds. So here's all the additional parts. You have 2 staffs, an extra arm, a metal sword, multiple parts to his body, head, little Balrog, and Gandalf. And then the ginormous base. So let's go ahead and start setting this bad boy up. Alrighty, so here is the base. As you can see, it is absolutely ginormous. It's even bigger than Sauron's base. So yeah, absolutely massive. Now, I do plan to have this on a turntable, although I need to adjust it. And I also want to make it so basically I can rotate this completely and see the back diorama. That is the main purpose, because there's a diorama right here. And so having it on this Lazy Susan will allow me to have those angles, just because it's going to be such a heavy statue that I would not ever want to just try to pick it up and turn it around. You got to have this on a Lazy Susan. Or you need to have the visuals from the back, because it's such a cool diorama. It's a shame to never see it. Granted, I do have the much bigger version right here. I still want to be able to see this little one. So we got these parts. We're going to go ahead and add them now. Alrighty, so that added this. There's not really a seam line. It looks honestly perfect. And then you have this little cloud. So there you have the full, complete Balrog head down. It's a very big head. Keep in mind, like, this is huge. Alrighty, so I wanted to show you this little Balrog diorama. So in comparison to the big boy, check that out. So basically just insert the tail. There is a little bit of a seam line, and then the hand, which also has a seam line. Where this one definitely has a seam there, and I know the tail also inserts. I can't remember if it's a bad seam line. I can't really see it, so I think the seam line's worse on this. There, I can kind of see it, but it's definitely worse on this. Granted, it's in the back. You're never going to see it, because it goes in the statue like this. Alrighty, so here is the Balrog inside. This also does have, of course, a light up feature. Looks like the button's there and it's USB-C. They did not include it. But of course, I will show it to you. He was a little difficult to get in, but we got him in. I did have to use a flashlight. Now, the little Gandalf, kind of show you him. He's right here. His staff isn't perfectly straight. It's not as bad as someone else. I probably won't even mess with it, to be honest. But to give a size comparison versus this one. Now, of course, it's really tiny. Like, this is like 1/100th scale, maybe. It has a little bit of weird gloss to it, almost like glue right there, you can kind of see. But whatever. It's very, very tiny. Alrighty, so we got the little Gandalf in. There you have it. So there's the diorama. We'll show it again later. But yeah, there you have it. Alrighty, so the next item we added was this ginormous, like smoke fire column thing here. Very big, and that's in there in the back. Alrighty, folks, so I brought all the Gandalf parts in, the instructions. The base is complete. Everything else is just Gandalf. So there's obviously a normal version of the Gandalf statue, which has like a very simplistic base. I still think it looks really good. And it's quite a bit cheaper than this one. I think it's like, how much was it? $1,200. I mean, it's like $1,000 cheaper. However, it just looked like an average statue when it was a simple base. This base makes it a special statue. Same thing with him. He had the normal one and then the one with the fell beast. The fell beast is substantially better. So that's why we went with the Balrog version. I'm willing to pay more to get the superior version. So basically to set it up, I'm just going to set it up. I'll show you the instructions. You insert this leg and then like the coat over upper body. I already did that. His belt sash, the sword thing, and the bag, face, batteries in the thing, and the hands in, you're good. Alrighty, so let's just get this set up. 3, 2, 1. And done. So this is one look to do where you basically have the sword hilt inside there with a free hand, and then you have the non-light up staff. I need to kind of really compare them, see which ones I like better. And then, of course, you have, if you want to display the hat. Now, the hat obviously looks really cool, but it does, in essence, kind of block your view of his face. And it also just creates a shadow over his face. Although, I do like the look of the hat. Definitely looks cool. Plus, all the other, like this and the little dial do not have the hat, so it's cool to have the hat option. The hat has a little felt pad underneath that kind of protects the head, and it also is magnetized, which is nice. And then let's see if you're like looking down low. Yeah, the hat definitely blocks a lot. You could also just display the hat to the side. It definitely makes viewing his face very difficult. So kind of questioning if I do want to do that hat or not. I do like it though. Huge statue, no doubt. Very, very, very big. Very, very, very cool. So, as you can see, just like next to the Trinity, how big he is. It's like a staircase, I swear. I kind of planned it that way, though. Yeah, so like I said, there is with the hat. Then, of course, you can always take it off, and then boom, see that beautiful portrait. You could always display the hat just like next to the statue. You could display it on the base like it fell off. But yeah, if you want to view that portrait, no hat, folks. And of course, you also have him holding the sword, which I'll show you. And it is a real metal sword, which is cool. And in this scene, he did hold the sword. Obviously, you can see right here, holding the sword against the Balrog. One of the most iconic movie moments in cinema history. Probably the most iconic for me. I still remember it in theater. Literally, I was like, I think 12 years old when I saw this in theater, maybe even younger. And I was just an absolute heaven, folks. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put some batteries in this bad boy. Hopefully, I got batteries for it. Without batteries, it's almost like a frosted look. Now, of course, it's kind of like, obviously in the back, you'll see it kind of like that. And then this one doesn't even really have anything. Like it's missing the gem. And then to turn it on, looks like you're going to have to pull the arm out and press this button, which is really annoying. Like, couldn't you have pressed in on that gem instead? So definitely a light up I'm probably rarely, if ever, going to use. I do want to see it, but the main light up will obviously be that base, which I know is going to be really epic. But let's go ahead and get the batteries in. Alrighty, YouTubers. So here it is all set up in what would I say is the best overall look. Now, I did not have a battery for that staff. However, it is such a pain to just pull it out and press a button, put it back in, then pull it out to turn it off. Like, what a pain. They definitely should have made it so you didn't have to pull out. In general, anytime you have to take apart a statue to turn a light up on, I hate it and I never use that light up. So I'm just never going to use it. However, I am going to use this staff because I do like having that crystal there. I think it adds to it, like the almost frosted look as well. It's similar to this one. It has the crystal the frosted look. Obviously, the bigger one is more detailed. And then there is the sword option. Now, I do like both, but I am a sucker for more weapons. So I am leaning towards the sword as a yes. The hat, I'll probably just display next to it. Because like I said, it definitely blocks. Although maybe you could... yeah, no matter what you do, that hat is definitely going to block. And he has such a beautiful portrait. It's a shame to cover it. Now, I do like the hat, but again, you want to be able to see that Gandalf portrait because it is easily the most impressive thing about his entire body. It is insanely good. So I plugged in this little guy to go ahead and do the light up. It's just like a portable plug-in, and I'll show this to you. So lights up this part of the mouth, the eyes, it does pulsate, as well as this, it has that like breathing effect. Pretty good light up for sure. Nice and bright. Definitely somewhat similar to this one, of course, which you have to press this button, and this one's via battery. And as you can see, it has like the fiery-ish look, and then the mouth. Very cool. And I'm glad I don't have to take it apart. You can just press a button, even if there's a tiny seam line. And then there is that light up. So very cool. And I also do believe it lights up in the back on the little diode. Let's turn it around. And gotta move the hat though if I'm turning it. I believe it lights up back here if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, look at that. He lights up. I didn't realize he also had a light up, but I could have swore, does not everything else light up? Just that? Alrighty, looking at the instructions. Yeah, I wish they would have lit up the whole thing, but they're just lighting up that little Balrog. It's cool that it lights up, though. I didn't realize it lights up. It would have been cool if the whole thing could have lit up, but that's still really cool, like that. Some people want to display this on the side like that. I think that's a terrible idea. You want to display it forward and then just have it on the Lazy Susan. Very cool concept though, having the diorama in the back like that. I think that is such a cool idea. And especially if you don't own this big one, having this little diorama is just exceptionally cool. And of course you also have this, I don't know if it's Elven or some sort of writing right here. That looks really cool. Adds to like almost like the underbase part of everything. Yeah, so great light up for sure. I am a big fan of this light up feature. I wish it, of course, could be lit up all the time, but of course we won't be able to do that. I think this is probably the best angle, is having it not completely facing forward like that, because then the staff does block a little bit of the face, but slightly to the side like that. I think this is the best angle, where Balrog's forward, Gandalf's a little to the side. So, yeah, overall, really cool piece, folks. I'm really digging this. I love the size, the light up, the concept. I mean, this Balrog head, look at that. Jupiter. Wowzers. Super, super big. Super, super cool. To kind of just back it up. So I'll probably just be displaying it like this. And again, just have that hat to the side or even on the base. Obviously, you don't want it to like fall off and get damaged because it is a really cool hat. There's the felt pad, but you could theoretically place it there, place it there. It has a decent weight to it as well. Although it kind of looks off if it's just on the base. Frankly, just like displaying it to the side is probably the best option, just like right there. Or even right here, because obviously I'm not going to have this here. But you could definitely display the hat just next to it, like that. So overall, very, very happy. I have photoshopped this 1,000 times, folks, this exact thing. So it feels really good to just finally have this, come into fruition and finally see it in real life. It's definitely one very satisfying thing with statue collecting, when you've planned something out, you've photoshopped it, and then you can finally see it for yourself. So he definitely fits in really good with the whole line and looks phenomenal. Definitely a very, very special, cool statue. So $22.50. is what I paid. I think it's like $1,900 on Prime One's website plus shipping, and shipping's like $800 or something like that. I definitely think it's worth the $22.50, no doubt. The base alone just truly makes it special. I don't think anyone should go for the regular. You got to get that Balrog base. That Balrog head is bigger than my human head. It is freakishly huge and extremely impressive. Like, I'm very impressed with that Balrog. I think it's so cool. Such a cool concept. It's almost like the idea of Balrog like falling after Gandalf defeated him. So just really tells a story. Having the diorama in the back, the giant Balrog, the light up, really tells a story. Where the other one, it does kind of have a story, but not nearly as good. So this is one of the quintessential moments for Gandalf in Fellowship. So the question begs, is it better than Fellbeast, Witch King? The Witch King character himself looks really cool. I prefer his weapons. Gandalf has a very detailed portrait, but he probably has a cooler looking body. The base, I love that Balrog. I really like the Fellbeast. Balrog is bigger, has a light up, and the Dio. So I'm going to have to say probably overall, I think Gandalf tops Witch King. So in order, I'd still say Sauron is the best, then Gandalf, then Witch King, then probably Berserker Uruk-hai, and then maybe the Nazgul, and then you go into the Trinity with possibly Legolas, Aragorn, then Gimli. Also, Frodo is definitely up there. He's probably actually right after Nazgul. Lurtz is the worst in the line for sure. But in terms of Gandalf, yeah, phenomenal base, folks. Just really cool representing this scene. Phenomenal paint app. The Balrog has like hints of red and orange. Really good paint work. And then these like fiery smokes on each side. I kind of wish those also lit up, but it is what it is. Gandalf looks great. Really nice textures. Definitely looks like old, like woven together material. The beard is extremely detailed, just very intricate, and I really like how they did that hairstyle. That's just overall super, super impressive. Likeness, perfect. Looks just like Gandalf, Ian McKellen. Very, very good paint app. And the eyes also look amazing. Yeah, very, very impressed, folks. Even the little diorama on the back just looks really freaking cool. So definitely my favorite Gandalf statue. In my opinion, this tops Infinity Studios half scale. And of course, slaughters the old Sideshow one I used to own. That one was honestly a piece of crap, garbage in comparison. This to me is a 10 out of 10 Grail Lord of the Rings statue. And like I said, outside of Sauron, it's the best in the line. Sauron is just this very special one, just due to how massive the character is. The base is so cool. I still think he has the best overall base, like just everything being displayed tops that. But again, that's a perfect base. And Sauron himself is unbeatable. Swap outs are cool. I would say the only big negative is the fact that the light up on the staff sucks. They should have just integrated it into the statue. Like, is it really that hard? Run a cable from Gandalf into the arm connectors. They definitely could have made that. It was just Prime One being lazy, frankly. They should have integrated it so the one light up lights up everything. I shouldn't have to remove a hand, press a button on a battery. Bear in mind, it's the tiny little ones that die after a day. So you have to replace the batteries every time you want to light it up. So that is a huge negative. Otherwise, it's flawless. I love the fact they include the hat, even though it wasn't in the scene. Again, it does block the head in terms of like it makes it dark and hard to see. So I do like the hat, though. It's a cool idea. It just doesn't really work super good. Is it better than this guy? This guy is very special, but I'm going to say yes, it is better. I still really love this statue, and I'm considering swapping this out now for the... here's the thing. The whip doesn't have the light up. That's the main reason this works better, is because of the light up feature. It's really cool light up. I really do love both, and it's great to have a full figure giant Balrog, but that Gandalf is definitely an extra special piece, folks. So thanks, Spec Fiction, for this amazing statue. Very much looking forward to Cave Troll as well as I did pre-order Boromir. So Boromir's going to come home. He is set to ship very soon. So Boromir's next in the line. After that, it's going to be Cave Troll and then Treebeard. So for now, when we get Boromir, we're going to place him down there until I truly need this space, and then I'll have to start moving Monsterverse upstairs. So we'll figure that out when the time comes. But until then, Boromir will go there. Cave Troll won't ship for 2+ years. So we definitely have a lot of time. And I won't need the space in this room really until Cave Troll ships. Because I could even just place like other statues that potentially could go in here upstairs in the meantime. So yeah, Boromir's next though. So very excited. He is set to ship really like any day now. I just paid my deposit. He's like literally only a few left apparently. So very excited for Boromir. I do think he looks great. Great likeness to Sean Bean, and I'm a huge Sean Bean fan. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.